What is good, everybody? We're back for the week. We're back. We are fucking back. What's up, guys? What's up, everyone? How you doing? How you doing today? Sorry, I am doing the morning, the morning opening of all the other streams so I can make sure everything's working. All right. We got YouTube open. We got Kick open. Can we please skip the ads? Very good. Everything looks fine. So that's YouTube, Rumble. You get Kick open. Home.
Ultras are fire.
Just because I need, where is that the band button? That's the band button. We'll get rid of the nice bots. All right, the Social Stream Ninja, is it up and running? Let's give it a test on Twitch. That's working. That's working. That's working. And YouTube chat is not working. Let's work on that. Let's fix that real quick. Getting started. Come on, sign in. All right. Did it see it? Did it find it finally? Yes, it did. All right, so all the chat's working. Good, good, good. CPU's like next to nothing. I fucking love it. All right. Am I evil? Yes, I am. All right, we're back, guys. We're good. Oh, we are live on Twitch, Rumble, YouTube, and fucking Kick. All at the same motherfucking time. Where is my mini player? I've got, let's see, X1. There, that is. That kind of move you down the match a little bit there. I got one printer. We're gonna get both printers today. I want to, you know what? I'm gonna mess around with. We're gonna try and get going here. I was looking for it before we went live. While I was waiting to go live here, I want to print some fucking minis, some miniatures in FDM. So it's wing supported, race support. I can't. This guy, like all his, I got this guy's files. I just can't tell what's what. That could be an interesting set of files. The problem is, like, a lot of these miniatures are the prints are meant for resin printers, stuff like that. They're not designed for FDM printers. So it's a matter of finding a a print that will work. So we're gonna hang out, mess around with that, maybe check out some new shit. I don't know. And then maybe we'll game, maybe we won't. But it's been a week. It has definitely been a busy week. It has been a busy week in the world. Obviously we have everything. We gotta jump in game here so we can see what I'm staring at. Let's try Colts 3D. Let's see if I can find something. This one keeps popping up. Invictus Pattern Super Soldier Pre-Supported Body Pack. Is this just that's just bodies. Open price. That looks. Has free miniature. Looks fucking cool. So looks badass. Description. There's his Patreon. I love the little. There's a little taste of what I can do. Let's give it a try. Let's see what it does. We'll download it or add to cart. So let's download this guy. We'll put him on both printers. Factory settings, both printers. No support more. All supported parts. All right, there it is. Because I think I want to start working on, like, actually trying to, like, you know, chill out, painting miniatures, doing stupid shit like that. I still fucking like this. Let's see here. Correct. Downloads. There's that. I didn't want the zip. I wanted this guy right here. Let's see what loads. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, let's send it. Fuck it. Love your stream. I do not want help hitting 1,000 followers because you're a fucking scam. Yeah, bye. Fucking did it again. I wonder why it keeps doing that. I've got to see why it keeps doing that. How long is it going to take? An hour, 2 hours? I don't get why it keeps doing that with me printing in fucking green. Oh wait, is this the A1? I don't want A2. I want 1. Why are you not changing? Okay, so we'll send it there. Yeah, I get it. Right? We're going to set that file to that guy. And we're going to send the same file to the Carbon. Which, let me actually get... Where is Mexico? Ugh. Copy protect. I don't get why it's doing that. Like, I don't get. There's no fucking copyright on my screen, assholes. That's a new. I don't fucking understand what's going on with that. Where is windowed? I gotta. Wanna do it again? All right, so we got that on there. X1 Carbon, cool plate. I want to see the difference. I'm literally just gonna drop both miniatures on the printers and almost the identical time. Print plate. You want her in gray? Send it. Wanna do it again? All right, send it. Dance till the boots come off. There it goes. So we're waiting on shit to load and see if printers work. Jump on fucking Twitter quick. Let's see what kind of let's get the fucking shenanigans going here. Oh. Yeah, boy, thought the mayor flipped the script. I thought just a few hours ago we were having peaceful protests with no violence. I have declared a local emergency and issued a kerchief. I've issued a kerchief. What the fuck kerchief is? I do. Wait.
Downtown LA, the graffiti is everywhere and has caused significant damages to businesses and a number of properties.
But you didn't need help.
To you is, if you do not live or work in downtown LA, avoid the area. Law enforcement will arrest individuals who break the curfew and you will be prosecuted. Hundreds of officers from police and sheriff departments from across the region and state are working alongside LAPD through a unified command structure. The curfew will be in place tonight from 8 p.m. until 6 a.m. I want to thank the governor for his partnership and especially thank our state and local leaders and deputies.
Well, maybe if you had done this shit 5 days ago, we wouldn't have this fucking problem now, would we?
Again, it will begin at 8 p.m. tonight and go until 6 a.m.
Amazing when you get called out on your shit and I hate this fucking mess. Oh yeah. Probably get my background turned on, huh? See, we just run YouTube backgrounds here. I've got to get my other OBS set back up over there so I can I can actually get all those video shout out things that I had going. What do we want to do? ADHD relief? Let's do ADHD relief. Or is it just it's just music? No, that's not what I thought it was. This is always an interesting one. Leave that guy on. All right. Come on. 2, 3, 4. There we go. Great reason to check out Rumble video of almost as many folks tune into my farm stream as the governor of California. He does. You guys need to check out Thunder Tactical over there on the Rumble side of life. Amazing firearms podcast. Not that I help produce it or anything or have anything to do with, you know. But the proverbial loading screen. I think everyone on every live streamer knows that. Like, fuck. Refresh Brickyard. Same. Yeah, I'd like to see what the new handling model looks like. Yeah, you try that. See what happens. Asmongold thinks the police would be totally justified using lethal force. If someone's using lethal force against you, that's kind of the catalyst for being able to use lethal force. Dune Awake. I heard Dune Awakening was mid at best. Anti-ICE protesters are now smashing. That was 12 hours ago. Yeah, I mean, shit's blowing up all over the country now. The Marines have arrived in LA. Yeah, protesters wanted to fuck around and wanted to keep bucking around until they started hearing, until the air started smelling like dip spitting Crayola, and they heard a fucking 5-finger death punch coming down the road. It was at that moment they knew it was time to pack it up and go home. Japanese fly over mostly peacefully. It would have. Like, that's the sad thing, is I absolutely could have seen that happening. I love just calling out, like, yeah, third world countries, yeah, what about the Firearms Act? Hearing Protection Act, pass that shit. That's a fucking shark. The world is cooked. We are fucking cooked. You know what? I don't disagree with that. Asmon thinks Twitch should punish Hassan. They should punish Hassan for standing on the freeway, and that it opens him up to legal liability. The fact that he didn't get suspended immediately for doing that shows how, yeah. And that goes to my, there goes to the video I did on why we as content creators need to start multi-streaming, because Twitch is going to be cooked. Twitch is fucking cooked with this. Like, you're gonna, whatever happened before and all that, even if you leave all that out, the dude was openly blocking and helping to block the fucking highway. And hang on, let's just listen to it. You know what? Let's listen.
And it's begun. Not only is a terrorist sympathizer, now he's supporting riots, local federal police. Why is it allowed on your website? I mean, I will say that it is undeniable that Hassan getting in the highway yesterday and doing that is breaking the law. This is an undeniable reality that even people who support him, I think, would have to accept.
They won't punish him. They won't do anything.
He didn't get suspended immediately for doing this.
They'll do nothing.
Shows how blatantly biased Twitch is. Because you can have somebody in front of a live stream of thousands of people openly and flagrantly break the law in front of everybody on the top of your website. Do as a partnered streamer. This isn't a random person, right? This is a person Twitch knows who this is. And there are no consequences for doing that. Meanwhile, again, on the terms of service, and it would be one thing if the TOS didn't say this, but the TOS says that you have to observe the law and you have to not break the law whenever you're streaming. And this is the reason, for example, distracted driving and driving without a seatbelt isn't allowed. The reason why it's not allowed is not only is it unsafe, but it also is against the law.
Yeah, I mean, look.
Yeah, it's that simple.
Look at like Kick the Jack Doherty thing where he fucking wrecked his fucking Lamborghini on a bridge while live streaming, and like Kick of all play, dude, Kick banned him for that, but yet Hassan participates in helping to block the fucking highway, and he's not banned at all. Please help me make it make sense. All right, it's still doing the thingamathings. You know, I could have looked. Look, I've got to learn how to do the pause and unpause.
Thousands of laws. You're creating a false equivalency. I'm not going to waste my time with arguing about this. You're talking about Donald Trump. I'm not talking about Donald Trump. That has nothing to do with this. You know, standing in the highway is a bad thing to do. If you can't agree that standing in the highway is bad, then I really don't know what to tell you. I don't. I mean, it's just that simple. So
yeah, you can't, dude. You can't conflate one person with another. Just this person does. Well, then if that person broke the law, they should get fucking have charges pressed on them. You broke the law. Here's fucking charges. Hey, Twitch. Yeah, last I checked, you know, the president didn't live stream on fucking Twitch, right? So doesn't matter. We're talking about what a specific person did on a specific live stream. Punish that. Not well, this one gets away and does this, so we're just gonna, you know, we're just gonna let all that go. That's about as stupid as. Yeah. That is about as. I totally lost my fucking train of thought. I was watching Bags here. If you, I don't care, dude. You violate the fucking TOS. Well, it's time to go, man. You can't break laws and then violate your employer's fucking terms of service while breaking said law, and then get nothing for it. Sorry. It's going to be a long commute. A lot of why would anyone escapes? Plan accordingly. Well, yeah, and it's not just here. I mean. What was it? There was a, was it Illinois or something like that? They had gone to a packing plant or glazing the donuts. and I think they had arrested 100. Hey, good for him, man. Hey, work on it, man. Work on you. I don't care what you are. Don't destroy people's shit. I don't care if you like LGBTQ idea or not. Don't destroy their shit. This right here, like to me, this right here is no different than this. Do not touch other people's shit. I don't care. Don't do this. Yeah, good luck when that tire fucking blows up in your face. Like, what is this gonna do? Like, what the fuck is this gonna do besides make our shit more expensive? Make everything that people are buying more expensive. Because now those trucks aren't going to be able to deliver goods from whatever fucking Walmart, Target, shopping center. I don't care. I don't care. Don't do it. Broward County, Florida Sheriff Greg announced today that he will refuse to assist ICE agents. Yeah, DeSantis is gonna. Yeah, you're. Let's see how long he has a job for. Like, she's gonna get court-martialed. Like, you don't go out there as an active duty military member in fucking uniform. Like, you don't go out there in fucking uniform to a political protest. I don't care if it's an organized, an organized protest where, people actually filed for permits and did and are actually protesting in a way that is normal. Fucking normal. Like a normal protest. That blocking traffic, standing on shit, standing on signs, all that is not that doesn't matter. I like that slick sleeve on your right arm there, Sergeant. So don't tell me shit. Right? You don't go there and I don't care what you're protesting. I don't care what you're fucking protesting. Don't go out there in your fucking uniform. She could have gone to the protest in civilian clothes. You're more than allowed to. That is your fucking right. You are not allowed to go out there in your fucking uniform and stir the pot. I don't care what she's saying. I don't care what side of the argument you are on. If you go out there in your uniform as an active duty service member, that is the end of your fucking career, and I am glad for it. Good luck. Try again, and have fun at McDonald's, because that is the only place you are going to get a goddamn job. This is the stupidest shit I have ever seen. Almost. You know what I mean? Like, don't. Oh God, people are fucking. People are just idiots. Like, everything you do is now you're on camera. There are cameras fucking everywhere. That's the same shit I tell my daughter. Like, don't go acting like a fucking idiot. Why? Because everything you do is on fucking camera. And I'm not just talking about in this room, right? In her school, all of it. All of it. You're You're on fucking camera. Why are you gonna ruin your life? To what? To prove a point? You want to risk it for the biscuit? Yeah. You are dumb. Decoy voice. I love decoy voice.
Seeing rampant looting, this is just undocumented shopping. As first, they
I like that term. Undocumented shopping. That's fitting.
looted the Jordan stores of its sneakers, then snuck in Zara to steal some cheap clothes, moving on to the Apple store to steal some phones. Even
Steal you that iPhone that's going to be bricked because
the devices are completely useless. So they went back to the
song teller. Blah, blah, blah. Hi, Storm. What are you doing, dude? You want, come on, other side. I have not Talamar self-portrait. Ow. What is this? Is it something that's gonna get me fucking banned? Single self-portrait here. Why? Well, what's it about? We'll finish decoy voice here, and then I'll maybe take a look at it. What's the deal with it, Bonnie? Storm? Why are you climbing on my lap today, bud? Huh? Why must you climb on my lap right now? For those that don't know, this is Storm. He is a Belgian Malinois. He's actually he is actually a trained service animal, not like those I bought the certificate online for my dog. I actually had to get him through a foundation. So he will randomly just show up and be in my lap because he feels like I'm getting anxious or aggravated. Storm, off. Good boy. Sit. Good boy. He knows when I get a little worked up, he'll start showing up here. But since the React content stuff is kind of newer for me, he's kind of learning the ropes of, oh, that's just you watching the video, or you actually need help.
The Adidas store to steal some sweatpants.
It's Adidas! All day I dream about looting.
That'll sure teach those sneaker stores to not deploy the feds into their neighborhoods. And in case you're wondering what stealing cell phones and sneakers accomplishes,
yeah, why are you gonna steal a cell phone? It's dude,
textbooks.
We
solved
it's
that
instantly bricked.
Why do you think bookstores were never looted and robbed during BLM riots?
Because black people, we enjoy education.
Oh, they weren't.
They weren't. That's the point. Why would we loot bookstores?
Why would you loot designer stores?
Because no.
That only sounds stupid.
Yeah, so I'm gonna loot that shit and sell most of it because I want to make money. But you know what I mean? Like I can see it. I mean, I'm glad. Don't get me wrong. I'm glad they're not ruining, like, destroying fucking libraries and bookstores. But it just shows that you can't now blame mob mentality, right? It's one thing like, oh, well, I got sucked up in the mob and it just happened and No. Y'all were fucking targeted. So you targeted these stores and just wanted to steal all the shit because you wanted stuff for yourself. You're selfish, or you wanted money. You're selfish. Just proving the point. It's not about anything but antisocial behavior. It's just, that's the problem with the world right now. Everyone wants to be okay and justify fucking antisocial behavior instead of people partaking in antisocial behavior not getting punished, like having absolutely no consequence.
Because it is stupid. As the looters don't care if you're a multinational corporation or just some locally owned jewelry store.
Oh, they're in.
Yeah.
They're in.
But nah, you ain't gonna steal. You're not gonna steal. Why are we gonna steal books?
The journalist was just recording the looting in public. These peaceful protesters beat him. They even tried to rob Nick Shirley in broad daylight. And attacking anybody the mob didn't like.
Well, they're just going to attack him to attack him.
They're apparently trying to attack.
So much for being peaceful people, as sadly the attacks
And of course, what's the one flag they went after? Like,
weren't even the worst part about this. It's the looting that's likely the most damaging, where local business owners are losing everything.
But it is the small, the mom and pop businesses that have also been looted. Nimat, I mean, you have tears in your eyes of what they've done to your business.
Very bad. That it is 1 week is a riot and people of the transgender.
Okay, so
other things, and they close the business, and nobody can come inside.
With several such cases.
Right, so these are
all because.
So you're rioting because he's fully protesting ICE agents deporting illegal immigrants. Or immigrants, illegal immigrants. I don't care what descriptor you want to use. ICE is coming in and deporting people that shouldn't be here, right? Come on. So they're deporting people that shouldn't be here. But while you're doing that, you are destroying the stores of immigrants from the same country you're from. Like, that makes no sense. Again, it's not people that are out there protesting immigration or ICE. It's people that just want to steal shit. It's not peaceful protesting. It's people taking advantage of a situation and going out there because they don't give a fuck and they just want to steal shit and burn the city to the ground. They don't care about your immigration problem or non-immigration problem, or if people are undocumented and are supposed to be or don't supposed to be. They don't fucking care. They are going out there for the sole purpose of stealing, breaking into stores, stealing their shit, selling it, burning stuff down, and hurting people. That's all. That's what they want. They don't want ICE to go away. Right? They don't care that ICE is here. They just want free shit. They want free shit.
The Democrats decided that President Trump can't get a win, so let's pretend we don't have a riot on our hands and sacrifice the entire life's work of actual Americans. As some locations were lucky and LAPD was nearby.
Yeah, like, wait. You done fucked up, Aaron. Look at this dude. This dude, where is he? Where is he? This dude right here. The cops here, drop the shit. You are over encumbered. Right? Like, he carried one too many things and now he's over encumbered and he can only move it at the speed of a snail instead of just drop the shit and run. Look. Yeah, wait. Oh. Yep, they got him. They got him.
The heck does looting a sushi restaurant have to do with anything?
People hungry.
They must have heard that sushi's served with ice and just started smashing. Otoro Sushi in Little Tokyo. They're run by Japanese chefs from Japan and only have 3 locations that can only stay open 5 days a week for 5 hours a day. So I wouldn't be surprised if their profit margins were so razor thin they could never.
They're probably going to go out of business now.
Sadly, the Democrats aren't interested in protecting those type of immigrants. they'll only bend over backwards to defend them and their makeshift mortars, letting them peacefully beat the crap out of each other in the streets, and even pop off a couple paintball rounds at the police lines. As the left-wing news media first claimed, they're just having fun.
They're just having fun.
Burn.
What is just a bunch of people having fun watching cars burn into...
With Democrat Congresswoman...
I mean, I've had fun at some fires in the past. Don't get me wrong. I've had fire, but you know what those fires are? Bonfires, you motherfucker. Like in self-contained pits. Not a fucking electric car on the street that you can't put out because the batteries are going to explode. Like, what are you doing?
There was no violence.
There was no violence.
Bullshit.
I was on the street. I know.
And now stating it's just the exuberance of the moment.
Careful whether you see a burned car or broken window or whatever it is.
Right, fucking beer.
The exuberance of the moment.
Exuberance of the moment.
Fiery but mostly peaceful became the exuberance of the moment.
I bet
just a prime example.
I bet that shit would not fly if that shit was set off in front of her. So I was gonna set it someone sets a car on fire in front of her house. I bet you she's not gonna feel the same fucking way.
Example of how stupid they think their voter base is.
Like, how fucking dumb is that?
Attention knows what's really going on, and no matter how many times they ask ChatGPT to rephrase their lies, it can't change the fact that they've officially lost the city. Somehow thinking that this will stop the raids.
Stop with the ICE raids. If ICE shows up, do not resist. Claim your rights. Shh, stay silent.
Hey, you, the guy.
What was that? What in the fuck did I just see? Like Doublemint twin, like the Timu Doublemint twins. Like what the fuck?
Guy that's about to write something disgusting in my comment section.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah.
But the Democrats' plan to stop the riots was even dumber.
But the real solution of all of this is for the administration to stop the raids.
Doubling down on that statement.
We need to stop the raids.
Stop the raids. How about you?
City. The only thing it does is contribute to chaos. This was chaos that was started at Washington, D.C.
It's crazy how she's literally asking Trump to let the rioters hold the city hostage.
Just let them do whatever the fuck they want. It's okay. We don't got to worry about it.
Admitting she cannot control the city. All the more reason that the military needs to come in and save it. But now their argument against Trump restoring order to the city is that the deployment of the National Guard and Marines will cost $134 million. Conveniently forgetting that California already spends $8.4 billion, or over 800% more, on health benefits for undocumented residents this year alone. It's that same argument of building a wall is too expensive, so let's just load 10 times that amount on EBT accounts to hand out. So I'm glad our ICE director doesn't care and will continue the raids.
As a matter of fact, we got over 100 teams out today enforcing immigration law, and we're going to flood the zone. I've said for a month, sanctuary cities, you don't want us to arrest these bad guys that you just listed out. We could arrest them in the safety and security of the county jail, but they won't let us into jail. They release them into the community, which means we got to send a whole bunch of teams in the community to find this dangerous person that don't want to be found.
So if anything, the raids in LA have only increased in frequency, proudly posting whenever they make an arrest. As I really think Homan knows, either way he's gonna get bad press, so might as well go all in on completing the mission. The problem is, like what initiated this in Minneapolis, where apparently the rioters mistook a drug bust for an ICE raid, and even to today, Reddit is out there warning their communities of ICE activity, even if it turns out just to be the local police fulfilling a student's Make-A-Wish dream with their SWAT team. And even when the original poster was corrected, they still stood by their warning that ICE could have been in the area.
I love that excuse. They're gonna be there. Well, no, dude, there was some kid, like some cops doing something nice for some kid that's about to die. Well, they could have gone there. Again, you're an idiot. Well, I stand by my decision to report that what we saw, the lack of communication around it, paired with the current climate of the government. Like, don't justify. Yeah, I hope that little boy's one. First, your paragraphs are fucking backwards. When you fuck up and you make an apology and you say, "Oops, I'm sorry," we'll glaze over the fact that anyone that says "I'm sorry, but" is not an apology. Your paragraphs are backwards. You should have started off with, "I hope that little boy's day was incredible, and feel that your neighborhood showing up for you was and is just as important as his wish come true." Then say, "Hey, with all the raids, I assumed put the ass on yourself. You put the ass on yourself. I assumed that ICE raids were coming around because of XYZ." That's it. No, you got to double down, which means you're not fucking sorry, and you lip service to your feels for the little kid there obviously don't fucking matter. You're what's wrong with society, my friend.
With other Redditors agreeing this was a good thing. They literally couldn't be any dumber if they tried, which makes me truly believe in the dead internet theory, as Reddit is likely just AI bots talking to AI bots, talking to anybody dumb enough to not notice they're talking to bots, talking to a couple foreign agents pushing an anti-American agenda. But ironically, and also tragically, probably the only thing that could save Los Angeles, California is Chinese President Xi. As all he has to say is, "Hey, I'm dropping by LA tomorrow." And just like when he visited San Francisco, it would immediately be cleaned up.
Folks say, "Oh, they're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming into town." That's true, because it.
I love when they say the quiet part out loud. Like, you can't make this up. Like, yeah, we just cleaned up because mom and dad were coming. Like, that's seriously one of those, like, hey, how many people do that? How many? I mean, not Asmongold, you don't do that. But how many people before someone important or someone you want to impress comes over, you're like, quick, put that, shove that shit in the fucking closet. I don't care if it fits. They're not opening that door. Just fucking put it in there.
It's true.
And again, as of recording this video, it keeps getting worse for him, where LA implemented a curfew that nobody is listening to. Protests have spread up to Seattle, all the way over to New York City, and in Chicago, they just had to deploy the bomb squad into their sewers.
Yeah.
So make sure you're subscribed, as it's about to get spicy.
Yeah, because apparently someone snuck into the sewers in Chicago, and they had to go in there with the bomb squad to get whatchamacallit, suspicious devices out of the fucking sewers.
Don't doom scroll on social media all day when you have my concise, light-hearted commentary on the tragic.
I love me some Decoy Voice, man.
Subscribe to Decoy Voice.
Drop. See, this is the problem with multi-streaming, is you gotta drop the link in multiple different fucking chats. Oh, you can't hit enter on here? Oh, chat. There we go. That's why. Chat. There we go, guys. I wonder why. Where's my YouTube feed? Oh, well. All right, so I guess I'll leave YouTube open here. Because it wants to be stupid. But we'll figure that out. What was that other thing that you wanted me to... What was it? Bonnie wanted me to check. What is this Talia thing? So why do we want to react on this? What's the, is it just you, it's a cool song and you want to see it, or? because I can't. It's hard to open music videos up, especially with YouTube or especially on YouTube. And Twitch will mute my VOD in those points. So it's unless it's something good, something interesting, or is it just if it's just a music video, I can't do it because then it's going to mute my VOD and I'm going to have a bunch of issues. There we go. There's best viewers on Twitch. I was wondering where you bots were. Why are my mod icons not mod view? No, I don't want mod. I don't want mod view. I just want mod icons. Hang on, let me. There we go. Show mod icons. Damn it. Ah. You know what? I should be able to do this. There we go. Bye. This is something I'm more going to be working on soon here. I've been watching actually her channel for a little bit. That's what we got on the printer right now. I'm going to start messing around with painting miniatures and stuff so we can. I actually have something like I can sit here and have a camera and just be painting while I'll be bullshitting with you guys and watching this stuff and yeah, let's go on to
It's a day that ends with Y, which means that Hassan has most likely done some and
of course Hassan's done some shit.
Broken records for how stupid this motherfucker is, with once again no punishment, even though I got banned for 2 weeks for calling someone fat and calling an OnlyFans girl a whore. I know.
Yeah.
Yep. Insane. So let's see what our
the injustice
Hamas, Diddy, Osama bin Laden, Adolf Epstein, Baby Oil Piker has done this time.
Welcome back to the biggest clown show on YouTube. In today's video, Hassan has joined the riots in LA, California.
Of course he did.
Well, they're not riots, okay? They're peaceful protests.
They're undocumented No, I like that better. They are undocumented shoppers. I'm enjoying that term a little bit more than mostly peaceful protests. They weren't peaceful protests. Well, because they were separate from the protest. The people that were actually out there and doing like actual protesting, the legit, like right, legal way that you're allowed to do, and that I want people to do because that's your fucking right. You have assholes out there wanting to do some undocumented shopping and try and use that as their excuse.
Burning of cars and destruction of property, sneaking into government official headquarters and disturbing a police's line of work. But they're peaceful, guys. They're peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, sure. I mean, there's millions of dollars of property damage done, but it was peacefully done. You don't get it.
And his support.
I wonder if when they talked about how much it was going to cost to bring the National Guard and the Marines in and all that. I wonder if the dollar amount of damage is going to wind up being equal to the amount it costs to bring the National Guard and Marines in.
Again, absolutely nobody is surprised. He's also called out Asmongold to join him on the streets. Asmongold responded saying that he should probably be arrested. They also have a bunch of back and forth. We're going to look at a bunch of idiotic Hassan clips and also take a deeper look into what's going on in LA. So basically some quick context if you didn't know. There's a situation in Los Angeles right now that looks a lot like GTA 6. Basically, Trump was arresting and deporting a bunch of people who entered the country country illegally. Turns out there's actually a lot of them, and this is obviously different from immigrants who came legally and waited for their visa, waiting in line, and came through based on certain qualifications. He's basically going and arresting people who
look at the ground. Look at the amount of fucking rock that is all over the ground. Like, yeah, peaceful.
The law. So,
man, isn't that fucked up? Oh man, isn't that? Oh man, what a bad guy. Man, look at that. Are you telling me he sent criminals to jail? Are you telling me he's getting criminals out of our country? Oh man, this Trump guy. Oh, that is so fucked up. I can't believe it.
Essentially, a bunch of people are protesting.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that crime is illegal?
Illegal? It's not crime. It's undocumented shopping.
Protests have turned into full-blown riots, with people throwing bricks, lighting cars on fire, vandalizing property.
Peacefully throwing bricks at people and moving vehicles.
I send it with love.
Fire. Peacefully destroying property. You don't understand. They had no choice. Because, and oh my God, I saw this. I don't know what fucking dumbass said this on Twitter the other day. It was like, for all you guys who want peaceful protests, they gave us no choice. They made us do this because they
made us do this.
Peaceful. Brother, they're getting people who have committed crimes out of our country because they're here illegally. If you come to the United States illegally, you are a criminal.
It's not even, you know what? It's not even that. It's not even that, right? They're not just like, oh, you're here illegally, we're going to scoop you up. They're going to get to those people. They have absolutely said they're going to take everyone out. But right now they're like, all right, let's get the people that have been convicted of crimes out. And if you so happen to be in the same spot that they are when we show up, and you are also not here in the country legally, we're taking you also. They've what was it, Minneapolis? It was a drug raid. They were busting a fucking drug house. And raiding a restaurant that was reported to have hired undocumented immigrants. I'm going to use every word in the fucking book, descriptor, to describe it, just because I don't care. I don't know what you guys want to call it. Undocumented immigrant, illegal alien. Synonyms, my friend. Synonyms. So ICE had tips that, hey, here's some undocumented guys that are working out of a drug house, out of a crack house. Oh, and this business that's right there also hires undocumented workers. So they went into the business. They took out, I think they said three people. Showed a warrant. Like the business owners on the news saying, yep, they showed us a warrant and said, we're here for this person, this person, this person. We need to see everyone's IDs because this business has been reported for hiring undocumented workers. Lo and behold, they wound up not being able to open because they had to arrest people that could not prove that they worked here, that they actually lived in the United States, that they were legally in the United States and able to work. So they're not just driving down the street going, you card, you show me your baby. They're not doing that.
Response to the government getting illegals out of the country is to cause more crimes. Something about that doesn't make sense. Much like your job, because with that logic, I know your ass is unemployed.
And causing massive destruction to not only the cops, but also civilians and the...
Yeah, fight me, bitch. Yeah, you're much in front of cops, dude. Yeah, fight. Yeah.
Guard.
Yeah.
Also civilians.
What?
Unemployed.
And
what is this fucking asshat think he's gonna do?
But also...
What's this smart? Like, you took a couple of boxing lessons at a gym? Like some MMA gym? Gotta get that feeler out there for the range. I hope you're in jail right now. Go ahead. Blow them fists up.
Now sending the National Guard to quell the riots. So let's start with Asmongold talking about the riots and how Hassan should be banned for participating. Alrighty,
Absolutely
subscribe or you gotta join Hamas Piker in the riots.
By the way, more Pegasus. I know you watch all my reaction to your videos. There's actually a Wojak version of Hassan that you could replace your actual Wojak with the Hassan Wojak, and that would be great. Use them to your advantage, man. Yeah, really get in there, man.
That's not peaceful, what was happening. It's not peaceful for people to be on the highways. It's not peaceful for people to throw rocks or bottles. That's not peaceful.
So she said so now she says it out loud days and days later after, there's nothing, it's all peaceful. It's all peaceful. We don't need the National Guard here. Why are they sending the troops here? There's nothing wrong with this. This is peaceful. Now that's not peaceful. Now that the find out is starting to show up, and the streets are starting to smell of dip, Crayola, and all you're hearing is Five Finger Death Punch now. When that shows up, now, fuck. Yeah, it's them guys over there. They're fucking up. That stuff, that's not legal, man. You should go. Come on now.
It's not peaceful. Even she says that. I think it's pretty impressive that they managed to blame the fact that all of their citizens are totally fucking schizoing out, setting cars on fire. They're trying to blame that on Donald Trump. And the fact is that none of these people are ever being held accountable. This is a person who's like getting inside of the car. Like literally, like you're looking at burning cars. Hassan almost got banned for filming a crime. I mean, realistically, Hassan getting on the highway like that should get him banned. It's not even a question. It's very clean.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if someone on Twitch gets banned for filming a crime, but yet Hassan is out, look, physically out on the highway, breaking the law, and he's not getting banned. Not getting banned. And you wonder why I'm multi-streaming now.
In terms of service, that if you commit a crime and you're breaking the law on stream, you should get banned. It's explicitly against the terms of service. I just want you guys to see this. Immigrant run Salvadoran restaurant, help sheriff's deputies with tear gas in their eyes. This entire dichotomy, it's like the Latino people are like the ones being attacked or whatever. No, this is not true. This is a group of lawless, aggressive, psychotic people. They're setting random cars on fire. W restaurant? Yeah, those are illegal immigrants. Those are Americans. This isn't white people versus brown people. This is not Mexicans versus Americans. These are crazy, violent, psychopathic, aggressive criminals versus the rest of the normal people that want to be able to live their life and run a restaurant in America and pursue the American dream.
Right, that's pretty well said. This is obviously not a race issue. This is not an immigrant versus non-immigrant issue.
It's not an immigrant versus non-immigrant issue. It's a fucking society versus antisocial behavior fucking issue.
This is people breaking the law versus law-abiding citizens. This is violent people committing crimes, literally setting cars on fire, endangering regular people. And obviously people like Hassan are actually out there supporting violence, supporting terrorism, and trying to make this a race issue.
I'm sorry, guys. This is just so fucking gay how I get banned for calling someone fat for 2 weeks. And Hassan goes live on a stream and commits crimes and supports people setting things on fire, vandalizing property, destroying cars, going into government buildings, and endorses it and says more people should come out, and then says half the people here are actually Hassan viewers, and we're keeping this guy on the platform. Dan Clancy, you are fucking retarded. Genuinely, what the fuck?
Yeah, and
there's VTubers out here getting banned for 2 weeks for showing too much hip. Hassan is promoting people to commit crimes on his stream.
Divide people based on...
Make it make sense to me, Twitch. A JPEG of a hip bone. No boobs, no nipple, no crotch. You know, not like they're showing, here's my fucking my what the hell you call it? What the fuck you call it? My JPEG fucking bikini line. No, they're not showing that. It's a fucking JPEG. They're not showing nudity. You're gonna ban them, but you let this fuckface literally break the fucking law on air, and you don't punish him. Make it make fucking sense. Multi-stream, everyone. We are live on YouTube, Rumble, Kick, and the shithole Twitch right now. I'd be live on Twitter if Elon and Asmon ever figured out that fucking streaming thing. Telling you guys Got to get it going. I'll be on Twitter too.
It's
nothing
so
but propaganda.
embarrassing.
Now, it turns out Hassan even admitted that this protest is full of his fans.
Yep.
Hassan says that half the people at the protest he attended in LA were his fans. No wonder there's so many federal agents in my chat.
No wonder there's so many federal agents in my fucking chat, dude. It's like half of the protest is Hassan Abias.
Imagine that.
Of course.
It's so embarrassing.
Yeah, look, right there.
Admitting that his own fans are rioters and criminals and violent extremists.
I'm telling you.
Make this shit up. Dude,
I'm telling you, dude. Hassan is a fucking plant. He's a government plant from like USAID, CIA, somewhere in there, and that is why they can't fucking ban this guy. Because they're just farming his chat for terrorists and rioters. That's why he can't get banned. I swear to God. That is the only reason I can think of that this guy has not been banned for any length of time.
literally a giant fire behind him with this cloud of smoke. I don't know what exactly is burning. I'm hoping that's a car and not a building. Both are pretty bad, but one is worse, obviously. Like, Hassan is out here openly admitting that he is basically leading...
It's either a car or a building or tear gas, one of the three.
There's not tear gas. Tear gas isn't dark colored like that.
His fans. Half these people are his fans. He's admitted it. How is he not banned for streaming this? This will be used against him in court someday. I wonder if Hassan started that fire behind him. Wouldn't put it past him. This is a good way to speedrun a long prison sentence.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So that's why his viewer count has been lower lately. Bro, for saying this.
Yeah, that's why his viewership's been down, because they've all been at the protest and they can't watch him.
Again, he's always like, why are they complaining about me on media? Why are these slop tubers talking about me? Dude, you're literally supporting terrorist actions.
Yep.
Did you get that on camera? It's just Hassan like soy facing.
There it
Mommy,
is.
I did a protest. Look at me.
I did a thing.
Scream, guys. I'm a worker for the people. And he's obviously not going to put himself right next to the danger. He wants to be as safe as possible while getting all the brownie points. So it turns out Asman is still living rent-free in Hassan's head. He calls him out even at the protest.
Bro, he's out there. He's out there talking about me. Hopefully one day we'll see the largest political commentator, Asmongold, out here in the streets, you know, for protesting, for, I don't know, making...
Okay, sure. I'll go with the National Guard to arrest everybody who's standing in the highway. Yeah, I think that's...
Hey, I'll join you, man. I'll join you.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll finally do that Pokemon stream, man. We'll finally do the Pokemon stream.
Sounds great.
By the way, before some people spaz out, this is literally what the mayor said.
That's not peaceful, what was happening. It's not peaceful for people to be on the highways. It's not peaceful for people to throw rocks. That's not peaceful.
And now this genius is also calling out Bernie Sanders after he said these protests were counterproductive.
But they're putting themselves in harm's way and potentially...
I turn on Bernie.
...for a criminal future. I talked to the DA just a couple of minutes ago. The DA will file felony charges on individuals and also...
No, they won't.
You know what these people could...
I'll believe it when I see it.
Going on the street, setting cars on fire and burning buildings. Maybe they could have just helped the illegal immigrants with their paperwork. Help them fill it out. Help them immigrate peacefully rather than destroy the entire fucking city. Get them a job application. Are y'all fucking stupid?
Also the potential for federal charges.
Listen, I don't think anybody has a problem with peaceful protest. Like, if you're just out there marching and letting your voice be heard, I don't really see much of a problem, right?
Sure. I don't have any problem at all. That dude, have fun.
Vandalizing property, causing destruction, harming civilians. Of course there's going to be a problem. And of course Hassan is on the side of the violent rioters. Can any Hassan fan tell me what purpose does lighting things on fire serve? What purpose does burning cars serve? You're literally just giving the cops more reason to actually go and arrest you because you're committing crimes.
I can't get the fucking dumbass take that Asmongold had out of my mind. It was the stupidest.
So I am just to show
rent-free,
right? I drove by. I was driving around the other day, and there was 2 protests in the span of like a 5-minute drive. They were literally polar opposites. One was going on about, stop the oligarchy and what signed to Trump and Musk and all that, and I honked, right? And then like, all right, cool. Hey, get out there, get your bad self out there, and express your fucking free right to protest. That's how you do it. And you know what was a couple of blocks away, like 5 minutes down the road? A fucking anti-immigration fucking protest. You know what I did? I honked when I passed that. Why? Because they were doing it right. Get out there and protest if you have a side and you feel there's injustice to whatever cause you have, go out there and fucking protest it. Make your voice heard. But do it legally. Do it the right way. Otherwise, this happens. You just completely take away from your point of view. You ruin your fucking point of view, and you make it so no one wants to fucking help you.
In his head is insane.
It's always about me. Which one? Being like, oh, if you ever see protests where there's other countries' flags being waved, you know you're in America. It's like, yeah, dumbass, it's a diverse country.
If it's not a fucking bomb that just went off in the background.
It's a diverse country. Wouldn't you expect to see more American flags though? Because, like, I mean, to be fair, at least there's one of them right there.
Also,
well, there's only one of them right there because they called them out and they said, hey guys, we should. They started handing out. Actually, after Asmongold's take on that.
Why is that?
No shit. After Asmongold's first take on that about, you know, how can you tell the protest is in America because there's no American flags? They actually made posts and we said, we need to start handing out American flags so it looks like we're actually from America. And they started doing it.
Why is that?
Gee.
Free rent? Oh, yeah, absolutely. We have flashbangs and fireworks? Oh, absolutely.
This endless police militarization.
You wouldn't need the militarization. You didn't have people throwing rocks at them. You have to remember bricks of peace, gentlemen.
There is no war in Ba Sing Se, guys. It's mostly peaceful protests, actually. Now, I've been saying this for 37
bricks of peace and undocumented shopping.
I think America is the country that the citizens, let me phrase that, the people in the parades waving other countries' flags around, yet they're actively choosing to live in America when they're there illegally. Once again, if you were in America and you were waving around a Mexican flag because you like Mexico better than the United States, yet you illegally moved there, and you're saying how Mexico is better and how it's bullshit you have to go back, why would you be upset about going back to Mexico if it's so much better than America? Oh, yeah, because you're fucking stupid.
Radicalizing people to the extreme, supporting violence openly, and he needs to be stopped. I don't care if it takes 100 episodes. We're gonna show everybody, piece by piece, what a fraud, lying piece of shit this guy is, and the real damage he's actually doing to people. Hassan acts more like an obsessed ex-girlfriend than he does a man. Hassan is
syndrome.
Peaceful bricks. Oh
peaceful fires, people bricks.
Fires of healing. Throwing rocks off an overpass should be an attempted murder charge. It literally is, though.
It is.
It literally is. Now, remember that journalist that always glazes Hassan, Taylor?
Yeah, the Hamas terrorist organization was doing peaceful bombings at the airport. Yeah, they everybody they killed, they were actually secretly a Nazi. It was all peaceful, guys.
It was all peaceful, yeah.
Well, he actually showed up to the protest to meet Hassan.
Hi, Taylor. What are you doing?
Hi.
Watch out.
Good to see you guys. Hi, everyone.
Taylor's here.
I'm here with some other journalists. I'm actually on my way to go meet them.
What are you guys doing?
Sergio just got here. He got shot with one of those pepper things in the chest. So
oh, no.
He's coming back.
Yeah, they are.
I know. They keep shooting shit. Be careful.
Yeah, Hassan, maybe you should go up there and get a little taste of it.
These are the journalists that Hassan points you to. He's like, oh yeah, these are the objective, very neutral journalists here. Literally journalists that Hassan points you to. He's like, oh yeah, these are the...
I'm not gonna get really crazy until dark, like later.
These are the journalists that Hassan points you to. He's like, oh yeah, these are the objective, very neutral journalists here. Literally...
Yeah, I bet you Hassan didn't hang around until dark.
Pathetic. Also, you know that you're in the right when you need to hide your face. I don't even know why Hassan is doing that. Like, everybody knows who he is. The cops are not gonna be like, well, it seems I can't identify this man.
My hair. Anyway,
I will give Hassan some credit here that he did actually go down there.
Oh, good.
Literally, his fans who would apparently just take a bullet for him because they're so integrated in.
All right, hey, at least you got down there and got something, young.
As he says, there is a 0.001% chance that he does get shot, so he is actually risking something here. But I do think Hassan is conveniently far enough away from any danger, so he's positioned.
He's positioned to see it.
Waving the Mexican flag.
Like, he's close enough to see it.
Get it, dude.
Like,
I don't. How is
like the selfie over the shoulder? Like, look, I'm here. I made it. All right, let's move back.
It just doesn't make any sense. This will always piss me off. And also, Hassan's not down there in the fucking dirt, bro. He's just watching them from a safe distance, pretending that he's in the fucking dirt.
Yeah.
If he's not in the front line, he's just not doing anything, bro. He's just praying.
If you are not walking out of there, reeking a pepper spray,
no, he is still committing a crime. Big highway. Yep.
And you know, bloodshot eyes from all, like, you didn't go down there. You didn't get to the front lines.
In any meaningful
You're being a bitch.
So, for example, Hassan is not going to be standing next to a burning car. Now, if he actually does that, okay, then he's actually legitimately insane. He's not just stupid, but dangerously stupid.
Yeah.
Apparently, one of his fans went up to him and basically, like, severely dramatized the story of getting pelted with, like, a paintball gun or something.
Show you this. I'm trying to show anyone who can get it out. I had the Palestinian flag with the Shahada on it, and they purposely
shot you in the arm?
Yes, they said get the girl with the tan backpack. My comrade overheard.
Wait. Did she just say comrade? I swear that's like a communist thing, no?
Yeah.
Average Hassan fan. Now you can literally see the bruise. It's like the tiniest shit ever, which is kind of bound to happen if you're out there rioting in the cop's face, right? And she tries.
Dude, I can't believe that I was committing an illegal activity and then I got punished for it. Oh,
I mean,
man, hearts in the chat for this chick, man.
I mean, not gonna lie, you know, we've when, you know, my first deployment, we were an infantry unit. They had to train us up to do detainee operations for a couple months while they could get a Marine unit to take over the prison that we were setting up. Because, like I said, it didn't have a Navy unit at the time that was able to step in. Or I don't know back then. It may have just been we don't have the Navy can't establish a prison, but they had the detainee ops job back then in, like, you know, 2005 time frame. So I don't know if it's like they just couldn't set up the prison, or if there just wasn't a Navy unit that could do it at the time until they could get someone trained up. I don't know the reason why. All I know is we had to go there for 6 months, establish a maximum security prison. So we had to go through all the fun, you know, MP training, like getting tased and getting sprayed with OC, you know, with pepper spray and OC spray and those fucking OC paintballs and all that stuff. I'll admit, they don't feel good. Especially right here. That's a sensitive part of your forearm. That motherfucker probably hurt. That probably hurt a lot. But she found out. What happens?
Oh, bro, this is horrible.
To make it so much more than it is, like, I might be fractured. Thank God.
No, you didn't break anything.
Bullshit, dude.
Point blank. Direct.
Have you seen a field medic?
Yeah, and I'm all slinged up.
Okay?
I think it might be fractured or sprained, but I'm okay. I have cousins in Syria. They go through it way worse. I still have 2 feet, so I'm gonna keep going.
All right.
But, you know, I just really wanted. Thanks for letting me show you that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, thank you.
He doesn't care.
Great commentary.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
Arm's really fucked up. I can barely move it. It's got to be fractured or broken.
Yeah.
Takes it out conveniently, shows off the sleeve, shows where the wound is, puts it back in with no pain whatsoever. Yeah, I know, man. They really got you, huh?
Yeah, I got you good.
I'll be real, man. Your arm should have been blown the fuck off.
And
bro, and this country is so lucky I'm not president, because I'm like, okay, they're committing a crime. All right, bring out the shotguns, boys.
And Hassan here was just
turn it on.
Absolute, like, yep.
Get out. Yep. Set fire to the streets.
Yep.
Let the streets.
Yeah, look at that.
Bathe
That sucks.
Their capitalist blood.
He would not engage her at all.
Oh, hey, here's the thing. I believe that
he was trying so hard. He was trying so hard to not.
Policemen did not hit them hard enough if they are still out there doing the illegal activity.
Hassan, even he knew that she was completely bullshitting. He's just like, yeah, that's crazy, man. It's like when your friend tells you some like, made-up story, and you're like, that's crazy, bro. Dude, she literally...
Cool story.
Thanks for letting me show you that, like, on the stream and stuff, right? Obviously, nobody actually grievously injured actually said that shit. She just wanted to be on your goddamn stream and dramatize the story like, they shot me point blank. Dude, they clearly didn't want to harm you. That barely did anything. I get more injured playing table tennis when I hit the edge of the table. Her acting like a war survivor, like, thank God I still have my 2 legs, bro.
Yeah, this paintball fractured my whole arm, and I can barely move it. Okay, well, let me show you. Boom. Oh, look at that. That's cool, right? Anyway, stick it back up. Not even a whimper. Not even an ouch.
These people are actual, like, revolutionary cosplayers. Anyways, Hassan is losing his mind on Twitter. Asmongold tweets, an easy way to check if a protest is in America is the flags. Are they all of one country? Not America. Are they a random bunch of countries plus pride or identity flags? America. Yeah, I can't believe people would wave Mexico flags in flippin' California. A migrant worker, asylum seeker, contributes more to this country in a day than this rotting husk will in a lifetime. Bro, you both have the same job. You're both streamers. Also, I feel like Hassan has done immense damage to America, just spreading the type of propaganda he does. Also, funny thing, while I was researching this story, every
100%.
single headline uses the word immigrants or migrants. None of them says illegal. Not a single person actually mentions the fact that they illegally crossed the border and went into the country. That is an important fact. If you're breaking the law, it's completely different from waiting in line and actually following the law and getting a visa. And Hassan uses the same tactic. They basically want you to believe that there is no difference between law-abiding citizens and people who break the law. Hassan continues.
Yeah, they don't want to migrate to America legally because the process takes too long because the lines are so long. But I thought America was bad. Why would the line be so long to immigrate to America if it's so bad? All right, but I thought America was horrible, man. What happened?
Defending the basically domestic terrorists at this point. People who freak about retaliation to cops at these rallies need to attend one protest, and they'll quickly realize that the agitators are the armed dudes in riot gear.
You can get in, but it's really hard to get resident visa, though, like really hard. Well, as a guy who has legally migrated to another country before and got a resident visa, all you have to do is just show, hey, I have a job in this country. I need to be in this country to do this job. Here's this fucking work visa.
Unfortunately, it doesn't exactly work that way in the U.S. I'll give it that. Like, there's a lot more to it.
Times for different people.
And don't get me wrong. Don't get me twisted. Our immigration system is absolutely fucking broken. Like, fund this shit right, so these people can actually that want to come here and take these fucking jobs that people in the U.S. don't want to do. There has to be a reasonable way to vet them, give them a visa, and let them go. But however, when your visa's up, you lose that job, get the fuck out. Goodbye. If you have, I got fired from that job, blah, blah, blah. You have 3 months to get another job in any field, or you got to go. I'm sorry. There's people waiting in line that have those jobs or want those jobs. Like, it's got to be we got to be able to get it down to like a 3 month, 6 month time frame, right? You know, and instead of wasting hundreds of millions of dollars, I don't think building a wall works, dude. I'm sorry, it doesn't. They're gonna go around it. They're gonna go over it. They're gonna go under it. Stop wasting them fucking money. We have in my days in the military, we had this thing called an aerostat. We used them in Baghdad. They used them all over Iraq and Afghanistan. They are humongous fucking blimps with very sophisticated camera systems, microphones. The cameras where you have infrared, night vision, all of these fucking pieces of technology built into it. And when we were in Baghdad, I mean, that thing got shot at every single day. Every day. We would take it down, I think, like once a week and patch the holes in the blimp and send it back up. We would use it as an early warning system for mortars. You fucking name it. And that was in a built up area. This wasn't like out in the boonies. This was in the middle of Baghdad. We were able to use these systems. Put those shits all along the border, and you'll see these guys coming, the convoys and all the coming 20 fucking miles away, and you can meet them there and be like, hi, turn around now. No, thank you. Go. If you cross here, we will cuff you and immediately deport you. Go do it the right way. Go to a port of entry. Holy shit, we have these pieces of equipment sitting in storage sheds, getting mothballed and wasting away. Put them to goddamn use. It's problem solved on the border. That secured the border. Now the border's secure. Now we can spend the money on Border Patrol and all that instead of Constantine wired fucking drowning people in the Rio Grande, half-ass wall pieces that have like huge holes in them because, well, we just can't build the wall anymore because the terrain doesn't allow it or the border doesn't allow it, and they walk right fucking through. You're wasting our goddamn tax dollars. Use the shit we have on hand to secure the border and get it done. Not that hard.
People, I have had no issues. Maybe other people are just fucking it up, but I have had no issues.
Tear gassing thousands of unarmed taxpayers.
And also, it doesn't matter how hard it is. I'm glad that we're vetting people so that way we don't have criminals coming into our country. We don't need any more than that. It costs $10,000 USD to get a US visa. It cost me maybe like $6,000 to get a visa in Canada. Yeah, people might have to work for it.
Yeah, things cost money.
That's a scary thought. People might have to work for it. Man, that's rough. You got to like prove that you're not a criminal, and you got to like pay money to get in. That's crazy, bro. Yeah, I don't feel bad at all.
Paying for the chemicals?
Sure. Could they make it a little bit easier? Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Don't set fire to the streets and vandalize property to do that shit. Yeah. Maybe every Tuesday instead of 10K, it's 8K. You know, maybe you can start putting out coupons.
Coupon codes.
Salaries and pensions. Just flashback to the burning cars, bro. Also, half of these illegals are not paying taxes, bro. They ain't doing shit. Now, people are also hounding XQC over this. XQC and the community have become too fascistic for my liking. I guess having genocide lover losers like Destiny and Asmon as their moral compass turns you into fascist little F XQC. As responds, bro saw burning cars and got mad I wasn't celebrating. Completely ratioed him. Now, Hassan tries to call out Asmongold again, but immediately owns himself.
By the way, to understand how far right we have gotten, for the record, back in the day when Pestany said, I don't care, white supremacists need to fucking mow down these like stupid black counter protesters, he got fucking banned. He got de-verified.
Out of curiosity, is there any proof that Destiny is a sex pest? Is there actually any verifiable proof that he's a sex pest? Yeah, it's on video. Because the only thing that I've ever seen of Destiny is denying a woman's advance for having sex with him. Okay, YouTuber Destiny36 is accused of revenge porn by 4 women, but claims he's the victim of the leak. Let's continue.
Okay.
Yeah, they deserve it. To be fair, he's talking about the cops in this circumstance. We understand them as white supremacist force, but, you know, and not like the non-state actors taking matters in their own hands.
The important thing is, that's a very serious thing to call someone, so I'd like to wait until I'm fully informed before talking about that. All right, cool.
Dude, oh my god, he just caught himself immediately. Like, Asmon said the cops should enforce the law. Wow, what a controversial opinion, man. Almost like that's what they're paid to do. Dude, Hassan's so far left at this point, it's crazy. Bro, just...
Too bad, they're just doing your jobs.
Houthis, Hezbollah, domestic terrorism, like any form of it, bro. And this guy's saying Asmon is far right for saying that people who are burning down the city need to be arrested. What the heck is wrong with you, man? This is beyond mental illness. And then in classic Hassan fashion, he plays victim, saying that he's gonna get banned on Twitch.
The results are the same. He will get no punishments for this. As a matter of fact, I'll probably get fucking banned before he does.
Zero sympathy for these kinds of people.
You're not gonna get. He's not gonna get fucking banned. Twitch isn't gonna do shit to him.
Well, there are people. The reason why these people are doing it, I'm off. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, no, you're right. The psychopath is certainly the people that are protesting ICE kidnapping other people. Okay, kidnapping their neighbors, kidnapping their community members, and not the fucking rat king, who is covered in his own fucking filth and rot, sitting in the comfort of his fucking home, going, yeah, it's perfectly fine to trample over a taxpayer with horses. Yeah, it's based. Yeah, I'm really...
Well, maybe people shouldn't throw fireworks at the people on horses and scaring the horses.
You're never free to commit crimes, even if you're a legal taxpayer. Also, can this guy stop pretending?
Has Hassan ever given a good faith argument in his entire career on this platform?
Not that I've seen.
I'm really looking for a single time where he's ever done or said anything in good faith, and I really can't think of a single fucking time. And it
like, you watch him all day long. Like, yeah, I haven't seen anything.
How are we going to villainize Asmon saying, yeah, I think it's fine that the police do their jobs?
Yeah.
Like Twitch is ever going to ban him. Bro, we all know Dan Clancy is literally under the table right now, sucking you off with the force of a victory bell from Pokemon. He's Venus flytrapping that shit. And whenever Asmon calls for the ban of Hassan, it is for a legitimate reason. Hassan was literally participating and supporting the riots. That is a perfectly legitimate reason to be banned. Then Hassan says that anybody that hates him only watches edited clips of him out of context.
But there's not a single person out there that actually despises everything I stand for that has consumed my content directly.
Hassan, okay, well, first of all, crazy victim take. You don't have anybody that stands against everything that you stand for. It's just that you promote terrorism.
Yeah.
It's just the one
you do stupid shit and then people call you out for it. It's not...
If you were to just stop doing that and stop breaking Twitch's terms of service, nobody would even care about you.
That's his problem. That's
a guy that you have made... horrific.
That's the problem right there, is if he stops doing shit that violates Twitch's terms of service, no one's going to watch him. Because I've watched full streams of his. I've struggled through watching full stream just to to give what Tectone is saying, and disprove Hassan in what he is saying. I have watched his content unedited. It's stupid. It sucks. There isn't a shade. There isn't even shades of truth in what he's saying. Like, I have watched his dog walk off like, I don't know what the fuck you're on, and just walk off. That's why he does the shit he does, because one, he knows Twitch won't ban him for it, and two, if he stops doing it, no one's gonna watch him.
Statements about. I've even gone on record saying so many times how nice it was talking to you about anime. There is no "we all want Hassan to die" campaign. We just want Twitch to enforce its TOS and for you to stop promoting terrorism to your viewers. That's it.
That's it.
It's an incredibly fair take.
But then he won't have anything to do.
You are literally the world's biggest bitch. If you can't understand that, it's really not this complicated. That's all.
Y'all got me on fire today, man.
Ever will be.
They have consumed my content either indirectly.
The only person who wants to fucking kill you is Sam Hyde. And that's not me. So you have nothing to worry about.
With 17-second increments of clips. Or they used to consume my content and they had a severe bout of anger when I said something that they disagreed with, that they internalized heavily. And they could not deal with that back and forth. And then that caused them tremendous resentment. What was once...
Hassan, you understand that you've called me a obligated generational rapist. You've said that off of nothing. Genuinely.
So because you say things...
Off of nothing.
That are lies.
Asmongold killed his own mother.
So you mean to tell me people that
horrific shit.
So he's saying that people stop watching his content because they said one thing that may have. Well, when you say that, when that happens daily, and you say just shit that has absolutely no truth behind it or accusations, yeah, people are gonna stop watching you because after a while they're like, I'm kind of fucking tired of this.
That horrific shit. And you can't say this, oh, you only hate me because you've only seen the clips. If you watch 2,000 hours of my content, once you get to episode 468, you realize I'm really actually kind of a cutie. Jesus, bro, you are not One Piece. You are not One Piece, man.
Tremendous love and admiration turned into tremendous resentment and anger, and now they are super enemies.
Yeah, not a single person, huh? I mean, I can think of a couple people, not gonna lie. But okay, if you believe him, okay, open invitation to everybody watching. If you ever think I'm lying or misrepresenting him about anything, please, for the love of God, go to Hassan's channel. You know, go verify the opinions. Go to his stream, watch his content. You know, heaven forbid, maybe drink a couple before you go there. You know, get his opinion, watch his 10-hour streams, come back, and then let me know. Let me know what I got wrong, because I'm guaranteeing you, if you survive the ordeal, because watching 10 hours of this guy is grounds for Minecraft jump off a cliff, your opinions will probably not change at all. Turns out I'm literally just showing this guy's own words that make him look horrible. Not taken out of context. It is perfectly in context that this guy openly supports terrorists. What does I support the Houthis 10 toes down mean, bro?
I believe what the Houthis are doing is a good thing. 10 toes fucking down.
Such a narcissistic.
His stream should have just ended. Like, that screen should have just went blank and said, oops, something went wrong. And that's it. He should not have, yeah, nope.
Piece of shit moron, bro. The only way anyone hates me is if they don't watch my content. Of course they don't. If I
said something to that level, I would have been fucking permabanned immediately. No 1 day ban, no warning, no none of that. Goodbye forever.
Bob and Patrick were in this video. I could not stomach it. I just absolutely could not.
Shout out to YouTuber Decoy Voice for this coverage.
The unruly mobs just
I love Decoy Voice.
As it literally looks like it's been conquered. As the ICE protests were essentially encouraged by the mayor, more of these foreign voices started to show up in the streets, where even the Fed vehicles are under attack. Actually shattering the windshield and injuring the agent, as this guy in a yellow dirt bike
they caught him
rocks at not only the marked patrol cars, but any random car driving by.
They caught him.
Maybe we just like don't throw fucking bricks at police vehicles and civilians. Maybe we just like don't do that.
I hope every
I
hope every rock that came out of his hand is a separate fucking attempted murder charge.
with our federal agents, so it's good to see the feds finally fight back.
Look at all the rocks in the.
I don't know about you, I'm a Hassan viewer, and this looks pretty.
I mean, there's about 25%
sandwiches and refreshments for the
casing from
America. Dude, LA is so cooked, bro. If any of you are actually living there, my God, my heart goes out to you, bro. Imagine dealing with this shit.
Yeah, a couple of streamers were asking me to move out there. Hell no.
Nah.
Absolutely not. That place is a shithole.
It turns out the governor of California, Gavin Newsom, has responded. He announced that California will be suing President Trump over the deployment
of the National Guard.
Gavin Newsom, we are suing Donald Trump. This is a manufactured crisis.
It's not the manufacturer. I can see how he's doing it because the president sent the National Guard. Generally, the National Guard is the only person that generally can mobilize the National Guard is a state's governor. There are instances where the federal government can deputize a state's National Guard and then send them in, which is what the administration did. But yes, generally the state itself, except for Washington, D.C., the National Guard is under the control of the governor of the state.
He's creating fear and terror to take over a state militia and violate the U.S. Constitution. This dude has the audacity to say it's a manufactured crisis, bro.
The manufactured crisis.
Oh my God, what a scumbag piece of shit. Are we sure this guy works for America? That doesn't seem correct. It seems like he wants his own city to crash and burn. What a despicable person.
No, they just didn't want them coming in there at all.
Media is just
like, go away. Don't come into our state. Don't. Sorry, the state does not supersede federal law.
It goes crying online how her kid was affected in the riots. Out of all the people who were arrested, I think this.
Why are you taking?
Deserves it the most, as you should know better than to bring your kid to this very volatile situation. Unless, at best, you were using them as a prop for your protest, and at worst, you were using them as a shield from repercussions. Or at the very worst, you knew.
If you bring your child into a dangerous situation knowingly, you're a shit parent, and it's your fault.
Yeah.
This would happen and are just looking for a taxpayer-funded lawsuit.
Dude, people really bring their kids into this, man. How disgusting can you actually be? Like, using your kids to advance some sort of political point has got to be the most disgusting thing you can do. Like, if you're an adult, whatever, be as stupid as you want, but don't harm your kids, man. It just sucks.
What you saw in Los Angeles yesterday wasn't rioting and destruction, so stop trusting your eyes and just listen to the experts. As CNN shows you vehicles burning.
Peaceful protests, people that are there to protest.
MSNBC watches them skirmish with the feds.
These are peaceful people that want to get their message across. They brought signs, they're out with families in some places.
And even controlled opposition, Fox News says,
there were no problems. At one point, somebody did throw a Molotov cocktail.
As the mostly peaceful people that cause no
peaceful Molotov cocktail.
Yeah.
Now that is a new one, guys.
I was peaceful till they threw the
new one. I think these people should Google what the word peaceful means.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
2022 updated, or the 2025 updated version.
No problems other than throwing a Molotov, with her LAPD releasing a statement saying, the demonstrations across Los Angeles remain peaceful.
Remain peaceful, mostly peaceful, actually. There is no war in Ba Sing Se.
Yeah.
Dude, it's so pathetic. They're like trying their best to hide the footage.
Secret tunnel.
Even that is just a Herculean
Secret tunnel.
It's openly violent, right?
Yep.
It's just hilarious watching them squirm as their like complete narrative falls apart.
The rioters at best set buildings on fire, then broke apart their own sidewalks to make concrete projectiles. And as Fox News pointed out, they made improvised incendiary devices that masked men in hoods threw at the local coppers. These idiots actually see themselves as revolutionary freedom fighters, but they're really just live-action role-playing.
Yeah, these are not revolutionaries. They're absolute fucking waste of space humans.
Yep.
You know what they are? They're
skill issue.
Time to do this shit. Like,
Very
can you imagine
unemployed.
What kind of person actually
Incredibly
has time to go
unemployed.
out there and just set cars on fire and stay in these riots all day?
And like clockwork, the looting has begun.
Peaceful looting, and this was so important to happen.
No, undocumented shopping.
To show support to their cause. They needed to rob the 7-Eleven.
Yeah,
you guys don't get it, man. If they didn't rob this store, then ICE would have kept on taking their family away, man. It's peaceful looting.
As this small business owner's store has been destroyed.
Yeah, this is about immigration, guys. Let me just rob this store, bro. No, America.
Because it's symbolic of what America is doing to us, because it's robbing us of good citizens. So I need to show the symbolism by robbing the store. Yep, that's what we need to do, guys.
America's a
I think they're using it on the wrong syllable.
Capitalism, guys.
Oh, this can't be real. We used to have to watch like Game of Thrones for entertainment. Now we can just watch a live feed.
Just doors coming up. Like, here it comes.
Asmongold also reacted to the mayor responding to the situation, just downplaying everything.
Well, I just have to say that if you dial back time and go to Friday, if immigration raids had not happened here, we would not have the disorder that went on last night. I will tell you.
What a great concept.
Yeah.
We're not going to riot if you just don't enforce the law.
Yeah.
We're going to riot and destroy things if you make us follow the law.
Yeah, great deal. Basically, you have to let them commit crimes, you know? Let them commit their crimes in peace. Peaceful protest, by the way. Why are you arresting me? I'm just your local Hassan fan. Hassan told me to do this. I watch his stream every day. No, I don't have maggots in my brain. Why, you ask?
There was a protest that got a little unruly late at night. It was
a little
unruly late
a
at
little
night.
bit.
Bro, they were lighting cars on fire. This shit was a PvP server.
Yep.
What are you talking about?
Actually peaceful, actually. As a wise man,
Actually.
writers were genuine in their actions, but a little bit brain broken.
You know, and speaking of now, there are also, about 500 active duty U.S. Marines over at Camp Pendleton, not too far away, awaiting possible orders to mobilize. Governor Newsom has said.
For what? What do you mean for
what? What do you
people from burning down your city? You need to understand that the goal of these protests is to terrorize people and to make them afraid of speaking out and pushing back against it.
Yep.
This entire premise that this is about free speech, it's absolutely not.
Yep.
And if it were up to them, you wouldn't be able to say anything.
Telling you, these guys.
Yep, that is
These guys,
basically
the air started to smell of Zin
and silence people. This is the classic Hassan 101.
and Crayola,
harass and bully people,
and people got scared.
And your opinion is the only opinion.
Yep.
But unfortunately, that's obviously not going to work this time around. You aren't in the majority. You're going to get cooked. Luckily, people have come to their senses. Well, you know, most people, not the psychos in LA or the.
Oh my God! I just thought it was sound alert. I need.
Guys, we all warned Twitch that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
And if somebody did. We are Twitch. The con didn't put a stop to it. We all warned Twitch that this was going to happen. And if somebody didn't put a stop to it, it was going to get worse. Well, here we are, Twitch. The consequences of your own actions is here once again. And how great is it when the live news covers popular gamer Hasanabi was streaming the LA riots on Twitch. Here we go. Another stock drop, man. I bet Amazon is fucking pissed.
It shows 54% of Americans approve of the Trump administration's program to deport illegal immigrants. A minority, 46% disapprove.
It's got to be bad if you're getting cooked by CNN over this.
Oh, yeah.
Even CNN is like, yeah, well, what about the fact that most people agree with this? Police officers are in gear that makes a brick not a deadly weapon anymore. Okay. They're also probably wearing bulletproof vests. Does that mean that you can shoot them with a gun?
That's right.
No, it doesn't.
That makes it okay for me to throw a fucking grenade at him. Genius. This guy studied at the Hassan School of Logic. Now click.
It's insane how people come into these streams.
My computer didn't like that.
Into these fucking YouTube videos, and they just say the most retarded ass shit that they're clearly regurgitating from watching Hassan.
Oh, I gotta get away. Make that go away.
Like, comment, subscribe.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Why people hate Asmongold, whatever. Yeah, even CNN humiliating them. Trade deal what China's done. We'll see. Let's see what happens. All right. Give me a few minutes, guys. I'm going to put on VCAR refuse to hand over Hajar to Red Bull. Ooh, good. Hajar needs to stay in Red Bull, VCAR for now. Excuse me. Give me a minute, guys. I'm going to put, you know what? We're going to move this guy over for now. I am going to run to the bathroom real quick. Possibly make another cup of coffee. And give me 5 minutes. I'll be back. And then we'll see how the printer's going. And we'll move on from there. Maybe we'll print more shit. Maybe we'll game. I don't know. morning, Gen X. Ugh. You missed social commentary hour, man. What's going on? What's good? We were just talking about the peaceful protests in LA. Network meeting on it. Ooh. Are they like, this should have been an email meetings? From a handyman company? Hi, okay. Fair enough. With other businesses? Ah, awesome. What is this? Let's hang on.
But
let's see this.
A lot of people worry about property damage for the sake of property damage. You know?
Why is it so hard to just say that setting a car on fire is bad?
What do you think he would post on Twitter if he came back to his Porsche on fire?
Exactly.
This is the core of most of the luxury beliefs that fuel these protests. These people never have to live with the consequences of their own suicidal empathy.
He'd be fucking pissed if they burnt his shit to the ground.
You only see the looting of Target. You don't see the redistribution of the goods that they took from Target back to the community.
Even if someone were to burn my fucking leased car, like I still have insurance.
My leased car.
It's okay, because it's not my car, and somebody else has to pay for it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, at least he's being honest, right?
That's a far more preferable outcome. That's what I'm saying.
If somebody was at Hassan's house or on Hassan's property and Hassan didn't want him there, Hassan would be calling the police to have them get removed. For whatever reason, obviously, this isn't something that a country can do. Only Hassan can do this. It's okay if his car gets burned down because it's not his car. He's only leasing it. And also, he has insurance that's going to pay for it anyway. And this is the reason why it's okay to set cars
or their livelihood.
But that raises insurance premiums, and then what happens when they raise insurance premiums? Oh yeah, it costs more for all of us. Like, yeah, no, there you're absolutely 1000%. They're not destroying them. They are mostly peacefully protesting and undocumented shopping. I need my vape. Be right back. All right. Oh, we got one that's almost done. We got 3 minutes. See how this miniature comes out. Yeah, no, we were talking about the all the fun riots and that bullshit. So am I. I don't understand why it's happening. I don't understand what's going on. I shouldn't say I don't understand what's going on. I understand what's going on. It's a lot of bullshit. And exactly. It was mostly peaceful. It was fine. It was this. Oh, but that stuff on the street last, that wasn't peaceful. We didn't mean that. But they're just enjoying themselves, setting cars on fire, and like what is it? Which one is it? Let's see what we got on game. Let's see if we can get on Game Pass Ultimate here. Do we want to play some Clair Obscur? I'm kind of figuring it out. I mean, I'm still playing Eve. Just kind of enjoying, I forgot what we have here on Game Pass. Survival Fountain of Youth. I kind of been messing with, I started playing Clair Obscur yesterday. And actually on my iPad, I was using the, I wanted to see how well the game streaming, whatever the hell they call it, cloud gaming worked. And it was pretty fucking good so far. I just trying to find something. And I'm not sure. You know what? Let's jump into Eve. Fuck it. Let's open up Eve and see what goes on. Installing updates. Yeah. Which race? I started with a penalty. I wonder which one that was. I can't remember now. Was it one of the endurance races? Yeah, because one of the endurance, I wound up starting like in the back and I finished third. I can't remember. I think it was, that might have been why. I just didn't have a very good quali. I had a really shitty quali. I couldn't get a lap on the board. And yeah, it sounds about right. I started, it was a 2-hour race. 2-hour race. I started from the back. And yeah, I think I finished third, and then I said, screw it. I'm going to do another one, and I fucking won the race. Oh, I might, you know what I did? It was on like the first. Oh. Was it in like a little itty bitty little open wheel car? That was the Formula Ford. For a league that I was racing in. It was the Alameda Racing Academy. And it's run by the guy that, it's run by his guy, Swilly Alameda, who he's the guy that they, that was the sim racer that got the real life racing drive. Got a seat driving a car all from sim racing. He has a he does league races and does primarily coaching. Give it a shot, see if it's up. Oh, this thing's coming apart nice and easy. Oh, wow. Ooh, he looks nice. I don't have autofocus. But man, these supports are coming off like a fucking dream. Look at that. Look at that. Nice. Backpack. Where's the chest? Is that the chest? That's the chest piece? Yeah. That doesn't look right, though. I'll have to figure it out. Comes out good, though, so at least we know we can print SR. Here, you know what? I'll do this. That should reset it. Keyword should. Oh, it's fucking hot in here. I got both doggos in here. Off. Partially connected. Why is it partially? Why is the broadcaster not? That's odd. My bot account's connected, but my account isn't connected. That's fucking weird. Hang on. Log out. Log in. But all the IRL political stuff is really far out there. Like, yeah. There we go. Now I'm connected. There it goes. Now it should work. Yeah, no, I the bullshit that's going on is bullshit. Like I can't with that shit going on right now. Wow, that's so nice. You know, it's the federal government is going in and taking people out that have committed crimes. They're here illegally already, and they've committed crimes. And if they happen to catch you with them, and you also are not here legally, guess what they're doing? They're taking you also. Like, I see no issue with that. Our immigration system is completely fucked and needs to be completely overhauled to allow people that actually want to come here and work to come here and work. However, they have made it far too easy for them to stay here when they're not allowed to stay here. And we got to fix the shit. And I don't think spending billions of dollars on some fucking wall is going to do shit. We have the equipment and storage. We have this stuff, these pieces of equipment from that we've had forever in the military. We have the fucking blimps that we used in other countries to protect ourselves with all the cameras and all that stuff and all that technology built on board. I think we need to start using that shit here. and not spending hundreds of billions and millions of dollars, hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars to build a wall that isn't going to work, because it's not going to fucking work. It is going to waste our time and our dollars. So, but the problem is, if you're not allowed to be here, you can't be here. Yep. It got violent against police. Yep, it did. I was talking about that one earlier. And the restaurant, when the news came on, the restaurant owner actually said, like, yeah, they showed up, they served a warrant, they were asking for everyone's IDs that worked here, because they had heard, they wanted to see if everyone was here legally able to work and was allowed to work, and they found, I think they said, at least 3 people that they arrested. Ugh, the green one is stringy. All right, so it did not like this piece. It did not like the hammer. It may have just been the supports. We shall see. Everything else looked like it printed good. I'm like a very what did your print? What did I print? Where is the file? Boop. We printed this guy right here. No signal. Of course, it's going to do it again. You're going to do it again? Cancel.
Important security message.
Oh no!
Your computer has been locked up. Your IP address was used without your knowledge or consent to visit websites that contains identity theft virus.
Oh no! Well, what shall I do besides close the window? I don't know what the fuck just happened there. Yeah. Fill out all my personal information. Was it this one I was on? We had found some free ones. I'm working on seeing how well they do. That's cool as fuck looking. Private use only, non-commercial, no derivative, blah, blah, blah. We got 15 comments. Great collection. All right, let's give these a free download. Where are we? Files prepared for download. I'm messing around with, let's see how well I can print some miniatures on the X1 and A1 Mini. They're not Warhammers per se. Actually, Games Workshop just dropped a massive fucking lawsuit against it was like 250 different stores and like online stores and all that. It looks like the Mini does not like prints. They're coming off the Sports Easy. Oh, okay. That way, I had it upside down. Yeah. Like, that's the first 2 pieces. Gotta clean this stuff out a little. So that's the torso and legs. I will probably wind up with some like Warhammers or Space Marine, something. But I want to mess around. I want to start working on doing miniatures and painting and all that. All right, so let's get this download. What's going on here? Zealot Heavy Troopers, and then the base. Let's download CG Trader here. We'll register an account. Register my Gmail. Oh no! Oh. I hate when it does. I hate when it does this. When you log in and then you lose your fucking the thing you're doing. There we go. Yeah, no, I'm gonna. That's a. This will be another little thing for Bearded Prince. Working on down, printing and painting. Hi, Storm. Working on printing and painting miniatures. Stream F. Download that one. All right, so we got that file. Extract here. Oh, wow. No one body, no head. Body. Where's the head, though? Head 1, 2, 3, 4, helmet 1. All right, Storm, back up. Rear. Off. All right, let's see how you grab. Prep carbon. Come on, little girl. Come on, girl. Don't you crash out on me. Yeah, me. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out how these files are laid out here. All right, let's do all the ones that said AST. Let's see what happens. One of these. Where is range? I hate when it. See, this is why I. Yeah, see, these are all unsupported. These are all unsupported. Yeah, see, that's the problem is I don't have grab this. You want to head out, bud? Dogs wanted out. Looking for pre-supported D&D minis free or paid. Pre-supported FDM miniatures. Maybe here. This looks familiar. Let's give this guy a try. Maybe to download each piece. Let me download the README here. Let's see what it says. Pull the five pack of checkout. Okay. Download supported. All these ones. Okay. Intercept the head. Okay. Single object, multiple parts. Yes. Yeah, now. Okay, so that's not supported. Oh, okay, I see. Supported shoulder pad. Okay, there we go. Shoulder pad left. Now, okay, so I need 2 supported shoulders. Supported head. I already have the supported head. Supported backpack. All right. It is. It's actually normally more like a lot more for resin prints because of the way they have to be supported. But the way the technology is getting better now that these supports are getting so much better at coming off cleanly that you're able to start printing these things on FDM printers. Because before, with like a resin print, you can print directly on the plate, but they the best way to get how do I here we'll grab Yoda. So like an FDM printer, you print Yoda like this, right? You don't want to deal with overhangs, you want to be blah, 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 and you build your supports that way. With resin printers, a lot of them you'll see they support them so the supports are sitting here holding it up at an angle. And what it does is instead of making the layer lines perfectly vertical like this, it turns those layer lines at a 45, so the layer lines are less prevalent. So people are finally starting to design prints in for FDM printers that are supported in a similar way that resin prints are supported. So that way you can get more of the same benefit a resin printer would give you of giving you less visible layer lines. And then you'll wind up with, you know, parts like that, that I know it's, I know I don't have autofocus turned on. It's actually upside down. So it looks good. I can tell you that. Base trim 22.5 less noticeable than 45. Yeah. I mean, it's not perfect. I got also got some pieces in there, but I can pop those out. Yeah, we'll see when I get them glued up. How all that looks. But for right now, what I've been doing is literally sticking both of them on this. I've been sticking the same model on both printers. Because I want to see how well they print between the two of them. With just the factory settings. Or whatever settings are imported into the slicer. From the file. Right. Come on. Has floating regions. This guy's going to take an hour and a half. What are you saying, floating region? I don't see. All right, get out of here. Go fuck yourself. We're going to send him to the X1. Ah, we've been on 2.5 hours already. Shit. All right, so we got that guy sent. We haven't. Yeah, you've been at work. I've been at other work. A1 mini. Texture PEI plate, size plate. And his God has struck the hour. Judgment God is calling. As the war machine keeps crawling. Satan laughing spreads his wings. Oh, wait a second. Oh, it says PLA. Hang on. Ah! That's why it's saying that. It's still showing it as TPU. Even though it's not TPU anymore. So, let us see how those guys come out in the next hour or so. But yeah, back to what we were talking about earlier. It's. Oh wow! Oh, wonder why. I've had the wrong chat window open. So I have not seen all these wonderful people here on Kick that are looking to connect with verified streamers to collaborate, grow, and get the fuck out of here. Goodbye. Goodbye. gotta double check the other chats. Yeah, spammers suck. Spammers suck all the life out of the world. We can move that guy out of the way. I don't even remember what I was doing in Eve the last time I was on Eve. I am not gonna fucking lie. I kind of want to play Eve. I kind of don't. I've still been playing it a little bit. I guess with everything that's been going on the last few weeks, I've had everything from like the end of school, summer for the kids. I was gonna say my kids finished school last two. Was it the 6th? Was their last day of school for the year? My 6-year-old, he has like a summer. They call it summer school, but it's not summer school. So he goes to, a summer program from like, 7:30 in the morning till like 1:15. He gets off the bus. My daughter's home for the summer. So I've been kind of enjoying the beginning of summer with my kids. And dealing with all this fun. I honestly, I'm not going to lie. Last Thursday, the last time I was on? When like an hour and a half, 2 hours in, everything just stopped. I am not gonna lie, I legitimately thought, oh my god, so-and-so my YouTube video, and I just got banned on Twitch. No, it was a massive cable outage in my, it's like what was it? I realized after everything was done, I looked up, like I was looking at my OBS and everything was red. It was saying it was trying to reconnect. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I immediately thought I just got banned on Twitch. And because Twitch is my main output in OBS, if Twitch dies, all my other streams kick crap out. So I was like, motherfucker. And I went up into my utility room right here and looked in, and I just had like the second light is the upload light, like it's trying to reach for a connection. It was just flashing. So I called Midco, and at first they weren't sure what was going on, but within like 5 minutes of me starting the call, they were like, yeah, like 200 people have called in. We're pretty sure there's an internet outage in your area. Like cable, everything was out. I was a little concerned because a couple blocks away, leading into my development, they're doing construction on the main road right when you come off the highway. There's a main road, and like where the first turn, once you come off the highway, you go to that second light and you make a right, which starts to lead down into my development. And they're doing construction, so you can't go out that way now. Like the entire summer, we are fucked and cannot go out that way anymore. I have to go like 10 minutes out of my way to get to a road to go back up to the highway. So with that, when I realized that there was a, this cable, everything was out, that utility was out, I had assumed they cut a major line because we were out until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So we were out a while. And then Friday, both my kids were home. Like my son hadn't started this summer thing yet. And it was a nice day out. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to spend some time with the kids because they're home. And Monday I don't stream because I'm old. I can't handle 5 days a week. So now we're here. Maybe we'll just fuck around with 3D printing. Maybe, you know what? Maybe I'll get Fusion installed on this computer. I don't think I have Fusion installed yet on here. I want to see something. And maybe we'll just mess around with 3D printing today. Let's see what this guy looks like. Oh, I gotta download it first, don't I? Download. Scanning for viruses. Goes. I have an employee that showed needs a hand. Need to go. Ooh, that looks fucking cool as shit. Hey, yeah, I'll be back. Maybe back during the day tomorrow, if not at night. I'm trying to get better with. I kind of like that one. Not gonna lie. Yeah, go up your friend, man. Go up your employee, I should say. And I'll be here. And yeah, I mean, I gotta look back up. I saw you were talking about something about someone dying from fentanyl. Your niece died from fentanyl. Yeah, I mean, crap does come across illegally. And I mean, I worked as a registered nurse for like 6 years in substance use. Like, I was hired to start this program on Long Island, and I was one of the only nurse, actually, for a long time, the only nurse on Long Island in the community doing substance use treatment for people in early recovery. Like, I worked out of an RV. And yeah, dude, that what I have seen people do on that shit is most of the time it's not them. Like, not that it's not them doing it, it's them doing whatever action. But yeah, what that shit rewires your brain and will make you rationalize that this is a good choice is amazing. It's I can't believe the amount of shit that people will do, all in the name of fentanyl. You know what I mean? It's fucking nuts. So let me, actually, I don't think I have Fusion on here. Yeah, let's download Fusion. All right, later, my friend. Fusion client downloader. Yeah, let's get Fusion installed. We're trying to keep an eye on some of these other things here. Keep an eye on, guys. Remember, we're on YouTube, we're on Quick, we're on Click, we're on Kick, we're on YouTube, we're on Rumble, we're on Twitch. Everything's either all the channels are R Bumper Gaming, except for Twitch, which is R Bumper _ gaming. Give me a follow. Come hang on out. We do a lot of fusion. We do a lot of 3D printing stuff. Racing will be coming back next week because I think, let me double check iRacing. I think it's off week. Actually, what is today? Today's Wednesday. Yeah, they're midweek. So next Tuesday, we should be back up and running on iRacing again. I literally just have to wait for iRacing to start their new season so I can get my license demotions and start racing again. Hey, friends, saw your channel and noticed you're posting great content. Why, thank you. I am not going to hit you up on Discord, and I'm just going to ban the fuck out of you. Check to see if I have, remember what my logins are. Because my kid's in school, so because she's in school, I get access to the free utilities. Sign in. Yep, it does. Okay. Gotta have my kid. Hang on a second. I'll be right back, guys. All right. Grabbing that code. We can sign that in. Oh, we're waiting. I'm going to see what else is. Yeah. Guy's got some pretty cool fucking files right now. All right. So that's Templar Cav 3. Here's number 2. I just download all. Can I just download all, please? Oh, wow. This guy's got files for days. Jesus. That's nice support. I've got to download it. That's right. If this guy's got some cool shit, I'm just going to download all those fucking files. Move this guy over. What does he look? Very not detailed. Yeah, no. That didn't look detailed for shit. Where this is not much different, actually. Yeah, no, never mind. I just realized it looks cool as fuck till you zoom in on it. You can't access your school ID? Why not? And still nothing. Let us help. I might not be able to install Fusion on here right now. I have it on my laptop, but for me to do it here, I need the verification to sign into it here. I need the verification code that was sent to that email address. Miniatures. Aw. All right, so Fusion's on here. I just can't do anything with it yet. Oh, well, that sucks. Damn. Oh, well. That stinks. I was kind of looking forward to that. Let me see, Hall. Let me see. Where is... Who was I watching that had... They had actual... He's a guy, he's one of them, but not what I was looking for. I hate how YouTube doesn't organize your subscriptions in any fucking manner. Drives me up a fucking wall when I'm trying to find someone. And I was watching these channels yesterday about miniatures, and he had a he was showing where he got his miniatures from, and now I can't find it. Maybe it was painted for combat.
In a few of my recent...
Yeah, my mini factory. Okay. Don't you know, Bull? We go into tabletop, maybe? Some of these are pricey, but you know what? They're fucking worth it. So, yeah, we're going to favorite this channel. How much time we got? An hour? And an hour. Think I'm gonna go Chernobyl, yeah. Inside my bone. You know what?
This video is going to generate from the 3D print. Hello everyone, and
hello there.
I can't wait for the hate this video is going to generate from the 3D printing simps and the GW fanboys.
Oh boy.
I'm making this video because a lot of you won't shut up about 3D printing in some of my videos, and it's getting frankly really f***ing annoying. So
that one on the top right is annoying me. Make minis to your heart's desire, sell them for profit. How to be? I mean,
let's talk.
Don't buy a fucking printer and partake in goddamn copyright infringement by selling
decisions. Well,
shit.
As of late, 3D printing is all the rage. Be it for printing bits for armies, printing Trench Crusade minis, Battletech minis that don't exist yet, or just playing by the rule of cool and giving the middle finger to GW. Also, I will eventually talk about the tariffs in GW in a future video if GW increases the prices. Again.
Yeah.
So for 3D printing, I have a few things I want to say about it, some good and some bad. And because I know how YouTube works, let's start with the bad. The first thing that annoys me is the 3D printing simps and their unnatural shilling for it being the greatest thing ever.
It's not.
Commenting things like, this video is useless, just get a 3D printer. Or, you're an idiot for giving GW money and not getting a 3D printer. And finally, stop playing Warhammer, it sucks. Also, this
basically, what he's saying there, is
to entry for
just steal money from them.
So if you want to see that video, consider subscribing. But listen up, Chuckle Nuts. If someone's interested in Warhammer, what do you think they would rather do? Spend $40 to $60 for either a single miniature or a squad of miniatures? Excuse me, whatever new excuse price GW comes up with, even though they already have a near 32% profit margin. Or spending $300 to $600 on a 3D printer for something they might not even like. And that's not including the cost of resin, a curing station, and all the other extra crap you might need for a 3D printer.
There's a lot.
Asking someone who's never played a simulator game before, hey, do you want to play Arma? Or do you want to play the buggy, expensive mess that is Star Citizen? Don't get me wrong, I still like Star Citizen for all of its jank, and don't judge me, this is over the course of 6 years. But this is the one thing that
I feel personally attacked here on this video. Like not a little bit. Like I kind of feel. I kind of feel touched in a bad way. Oh, let's see here. So while we're talking on it, Warhammer's here's Game Workshop's site. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is this? For 100 pounds, whatever. I don't know what the conversion rate is right now. Right. 145. Ow. Space Marines. Go Death Watch. What do you buy? $25 for a single. Single. One. And by the way, we know how these show up. They show up in, you have to cut them out of their little widgets, glue them together, and then you can paint them. Right? So for someone like me, that I am a Warhammer light person. I've kind of dabbled around the edges of it. I have a chaplain helmet I'm still working on. I've done a Space Marine, like a full-size Space Marine helmet. I kind of want to start messing around with miniatures. One, because I think that's something that's cool as fuck to paint. And I kind of want to learn this just for one, just a way to relax, right? Like, and just zone out here with some paint. My big ass magnifying glass because I'm fucking old. And want to learn how to paint these things because it's relaxing, it's chill. Right? And that's why I want to start. I start like, I have a button legs here from a miniature. It's not that I want to take money out of Games Workshop's pocket. Because what people like, a lot of these, you can't even use these in games anyway. Like, you can use certain proxies, stand-ins for tabletop games, but you can't say it's not cross-prohibitive to try and start doing. And if you just so happen to, I wouldn't say go out and buy a 3D printer, just for the fact of just to print miniatures. Like, that is not, no, that is an absolute waste of time and money. If you already have a 3D printer and you want to like start experimenting with either resin or FDM to try and do that stuff, I don't see a problem with that. Like, and people that have problems with that are just
ever living hell out of me about the 3D printing.
Get out of my head.
The stupid retort of, oh, just get a 3D printer. It's so easy and cheaper in the long run. Well, not everyone is a hardcore war gamer or will be a hardcore war gamer. So getting a 3D printer is usually not in the cards for most people because 3D printing itself is a hobby on its own. If you want a 3D printer, you have to have extra stuff like a drying station, cleaning station, curing station, proper ventilation, protective gear, and many other things.
For resin, yeah.
Just add to the cost. Believe me, I want to get a 3D printer as much as the next guy, but the problem is I don't have a designated space to put one because, like I said earlier, you need proper ventilation because printer resin is toxic as printers are kinda too, but I would rather get a resin printer when I can, whenever the that is. 3D printing, as I see it right now, is more of a hobby rather than an accessory to Warhammer because you have to learn how to do things like balancing the print bed if it goes out of whack. I've heard all the horror stories involving the print bed shifting at some point.
Tell me you don't know have a 3D printer without saying you know nothing about 3D printing. There are printers out there you still need to manually level the bed, but most printers you buy now do it automatically.
And a 12-hour print getting ruined, which then means you just wasted resin that can't really be reused. So then you have to spend extra time curing and cleaning it because it's an environmental hazard if you don't. Then you also have to tune the print line size, which can either make miniatures great or god awful.
Don't have any.
Why they don't even bother with some of their Forge World miniatures now? Recast 3D prints at a significant markup.
If that, yeah, that is an actual Games Workshop piece, that's garbage.
They're Forge World miniatures now?
Like, come on. If you're at least not going to make a better product, don't get mad when people fucking start
3D print
going, if I can print this myself and look just as good, why not just do it?
Because even the smallest amount of pressure can break some details. Ask me how I know this. Also, this one is really important depending on how thick the print is. If the resin doesn't cure all the way through, eventually that 3D printed Warhound might just start cracking, and then all that effort you spent painting it will be for nothing.
I'd cry.
Just ask Ickbard how he knows this from experience. If you really want to get into
I would cry.
You can even design your own 3D prints, but that can take a while because you have to teach yourself how to use Blender or CAD, and that can take months or even years to get to the standard that you're probably expecting. It's similar to how I always tell new Warhammer collectors to not be too hard on yourself. You're not going to be a golden demon level painter from the get-go, but if we get
maybe I will
parts about 3D printing, then yeah, 3D printing is great. It's just everyone needs to remember it's not for everyone. Nor can everyone invest the time and money for a 3D printer compared to a $40 to $60 miniature to start off with. Yes, you can go on Etsy or any of the 3D printing websites, and people will print stuff on demand for you at a cheaper cost opposed to GW minis, but you also got to take into account taxes and shipping, along with the postal service treating your package like it's the Olympic shot put. You can also
then you have to worry about Games Workshop, who is going after all of those Etsy channel, like those Etsy shops. If they put Warhammer or anything, any tagline to do with Warhammer in that shop or on that item, Games Workshop just came after you, and in a civil way. It was like it's in they're suing them in Florida, and it's like a 1B. Basically, they're allowed to put all of the complainants on one case instead of going after each individual seller.
Also, ask a friend to print it for you for a fee, but even then, you first have to find a friend who owns a 3D printer. Who am I kidding? We play Warhammer. What the f are friends? It's not like we even go outside to begin with, because that pile of miniatures ain't gonna paint itself. But anyways, it's that time again. That's right, it's time for some audience interaction to help boost it to the almighty YouTube algorithm. So if you're enjoying this video so far, please like and subscribe, because it only helps this elaborate post of a channel grow. Along with maybe joining my Discord server if you care about that. And
dude, I'm already in like 500 Discord servers. I can't stand it.
But let me know in the comments down below, what are your thoughts about 3D printing? Or what do you own that's 3D printed? Or do you have any 3D printer recommendations? So now with all the negative stuff out of the way, because that's how YouTube works, let's talk about the good things about 3D printing. The first, most obvious point is, it pays for itself if you're serious about it in the long run. Once the headache of getting a 3D printer dialed in is over, you can print pretty much as many miniatures as you want, which just makes the pile of shame worse. One of the things a lot of people use 3D printing for, besides sticking it to GW, is printing various bits, scenery, and upgrades for their miniatures, because GW no longer makes them. If I had a 3D printer, I would definitely be printing a ton of bits for my Dark Angels, like helmets and various weapons, because honestly, the stuff GW gives us for the upgrade sprues is kinda and expensive, and also always out of stock. It would also be nice if there were more sources of Thunderhammers besides the old Assault Terminators and the Deathwing Command Squad that only had one of them. So for now, printing is the way to go, just gotta find someone that makes them.
Yeah, I mean, so how does Game Workshop get away with getting mad at people if they're printing off things that they don't even make anymore because something broke? Oh crap, I need to replace that. Oh, Games Workshop doesn't sell it anymore. What am I gonna do? Oh, let me just print the piece.
Next up is the part everyone never shuts up about: printing miniatures. With 3D printing becoming more popular, a ton of 3D modelers are just starting to make 3D printable designs for people to buy and paint. There are a ton of awesome designs all over the internet, some free and some at a fee, but think about it, you can print as many as you want for a one-time fee. Like a little game that I'm sure a lot of you have heard about, French Crusade, which honestly feels like a step in the right direction for miniature war games to take, since you can't stop people from 3D printing stuff like mad. Continuing off the printing minis train, another good use of—
So yeah, exactly. So you know what, instead of— that's a perfect example. Like, that's evolving right there. Like, okay, we're not going to stop people from printing, so we're just going to sell you the file so you can print it. They still make their fucking money. That's genius, right? Games Workshop, like, fuck you, we're gonna shit all over you and shut down your shop or shut down your live stream or your YouTube channel because God forbid you printed something that looks like one of our IPs. Instead of saying, hey, we'll sell you the STL files with a, do not duplicate for the regular licensing, like private use only. You can't turn around and remix it. You can't turn around and sell it. You can't do any of that shit. You can't go on your Etsy store and say, you're not buying the file, you're buying the print, and I'm going to sell the prints that I've made. No, fam. And if you did invest in invest in the game here,
an alternate designer pose because Monopost sucks.
Right.
The printing minis train.
Trench Pilgrims. That's what it was.
Printing minis that are either retired, an alternate designer pose because Monopost sucks, or just stuff that doesn't have a design. As a lot of you know, I really like Tyberos the Red Wake, and unfortunately, he's now Legends. Rest in peace, 60-hour kit bash. Well, for cases like this, 3D printing has got you covered. Then there's also the Chaplain Dreadnought and just interesting Dreadnought designs in general floating out there. It's really kind of stupid how GW even sends cease and desist letters to 3D designers that make something legally distinct from GW products, or even for something they no longer sell. I sometimes randomly go on Etsy and eBay and just look up 3D printed miniatures that I might want to buy, but this is more or less for Battletech because unlike someone, Catalyst Games Labs is somewhat okay with 3D printing because there's some mechs that still don't have newer sculpts or even minis at all, along with just having a preference for the different designs that I'm never going to accept because it's an affront to God, or I just think this design looks cooler than this design. And of course, here's the 3D printed mechs I have so far. Up next is Terrain, the one thing we all hate buying from GW or refuse to buy from GW because one...
Dude, look at this. A little defense line. Right? It's the same file. It's the same thing. They literally just duplicated it and printed it on, I'll just make one copy, pasta it, 4 or 5 times. Actually, more than that. Right? We're going to sell it for $80 fucking dollars. Are you serious? $80?
It's too f***ing expensive to fill out a game board with just GW terrain, or they rarely ever sell terrain consistently. Want that really cool landing pad or tower you saw at your game store? Well, f*** you, we don't sell that anymore. With 3D printing, you can print as much terrain as you want. I just hope you have enough space for it. And finally, 3D printing opens up the possibilities for other hobbies, like model railroading. What, you thought I wasn't going to mention my first addiction? Well, you thought wrong. Lately, I've been seeing pretty much anything and everything being 3D printed for model railroading, like trees, buildings, railroad ties, turntables, rolling stock, and even locomotives. Truly, model railroading is seeing a revival and boom with the advent of 3D printing. But as someone who likes HON3, aka the Rabid Bloodhound scale, since HON3 is expensive and mostly brass, I'm starting to see some modelers make 3D printed locomotives and rolling stock, although for the locomotives you do need a donor locomotive. But as someone who wants to make my own layout, all the extra little bits and bobs that would normally be expensive like buildings, people, and random bits of scenery, having all that now being cheaply available thanks to 3D printing is honestly a godsend, because I am not paying $20 for a few small figures that may get lost when I move the modules. This is also because
$22 for fucking cows and sheep.
Those add up really fast.
They're like this big.
Also be the bane of every model railroader's existence because it can sometimes be even more expensive than the trains and rolling stock. So 3D printing is like the second coming of railroad Jesus for us. But yeah, that's my thoughts on 3D printing and how it can be both good and bad. Now shut up and stop saying get a 3D printer in the comments on my videos because... Anyways, thanks for watching the video and a huge thank you to the Gigaist of the Chads right here, the Costcodian Guard, keepers of the Costco hot dogs, aka the channel members and Twitch subscribers. So if you too want to be a Giga Chad, consider becoming a channel.
Alright, pretty good, dude. I was
shows of the Discord and other things. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, but I have to go
and drop it all now.
So I'll see you all in the next video, and remember, when you play a Warhammer, being poor is a choice. That is, of course, unless you have a 3D printer. Okay, bye!
Unless, of course, you have a 3D printer. Gotta throw it in there. Say, this is the downside with doing reaction content on like 4 different fucking channels.
Warhammer is a hobby that a lot of us enjoy. While parallel to that, we lament with the thought of will GW be...
What time we got? 104. Actually, you know what? My sun's jumping. Ooh, come on, Quali. How much time does these prints have? 45 minutes? How are they looking, actually? What's that? Looking good so far. All right, you know what? I'm going to figure out, I'm going to mess with, I know what I'm going to do tonight. We're going to get some stuff installed on the game, on the PC here. We're going to get some stuff installed on the PC here, and then we shall, I'm going to take care of that tomorrow. Or I'm going to be on, blah, blah, blah. Let's fix that. Not that channel. That button. All right, so we're gonna head out. I'm gonna get Blender and everything installed on here and go from there. So let us see. Let's see, do we have enough? We do not. We have 3 watching on Rumble, on Kick. Almost enough to raid out. We need 2 more. So we're not gonna be able to raid out there. Like 5 people hanging out on Rumble. 15. I got about 20 people watching between all 4. All right, so YouTube, Rumble, Kick. I'm gonna head off. We're gonna jump out. I will catch you guys tomorrow. I'll be back on here. We'll have Blender and everything set up, or at least some kind of a CAD program, so I can start actually doing some work here on this 3D print stuff. And let's see what goes on. All right, guys. Twitch, we're gonna raid out. So give me a second. All right. The rest of you guys, I will catch you all fucking tomorrow. You beautiful faced bitches, and this is the way. Have a good one, guys.